Well, congratulations on the numbers. You say a broad-based recovery is underway and that you're going to expect to build on it in 2021. Has it surprised you, the recovery? What are you seeing in terms of that focus for 2021, and despite the lack of fiscal stimulus here in the US, for example?
Well, great to be with you, Caroline. So when I look at the business, we're very diversified as a company, of course. We're mainly a B2B company, but we supply everything. We supply chips in automotive, factory automation, healthcare, and of course, communications infrastructure. And the first half of our, let's say, fiscal 20, which finished at the end of October, was really about healthcare, data center, build out, advanced communications, 5G. That has really persisted through the year. And in the second half of our fiscal year, with the increase, the confidence, that was registered in the PMIs, for example, we saw the factory automation business come back into action. And in the fourth quarter, of course, automotive came storming back. So, I think with GDPs getting back into positive growth territory again, my expectation is that the strength we're seeing now will carry into the new year. And I would expect that 21 will be a growth year for the semiconductor industry as well as ADI. And of course, semiconductors are the foundation for the entire information industry. That reflects as well, I think, on the positive outlook for that industry as a whole.
Yeah, on that outlook for returning to growth levels, are we back at pre-pandemic levels? When will we get back to pre-pandemic levels? I'm thinking really the consumer-focused segments like automotive, for example.
Well, our fourth quarter actually registered, the auto industry has been suffering with declining SAAR for several quarters now, but we actually saw in our fourth quarter our revenues reach in the automotive sector pre-COVID levels. So I think there's a couple of things happening. Obviously, we're beginning to tame the pandemic. Confidence is emerging in the economy. And, I think as well, the usage of cars will probably see a decline. The use of cars will increase. We'll see a decline in the use of public transportation. And a couple of countries in Asia actually registered all-time record sales in September. So I think some of it's catch-up and some of it is a change perhaps in behavior.
Yeah.
We'll also see, I think, the surge of electric vehicles.
Yeah.
In the next several years. It's still a very, very small part of the overall automotive sector, but that is likely to see an enormous exponential increase, I think, over the next 5 to 10 years.
And how are you set up for that? Because, I'm looking at Tesla, $500 billion valuation. EVs are what we've been discussing all week, and a large part, the moon music is getting better here in the US because of the new administration. But electric vehicles, how much of it's going to be in part of your business?
Yeah, well, today we have a leading position in the manufacturing, design and manufacturing of very, very precise battery management control systems. So battery management that enable us to sense right down to, thousands of a volt and to enable the battery to move megawatts of power in a very short period of time in a very controlled way. That is the trend. So the solutions we're providing and have been providing now for many, many years, these battery management technologies, they are the foundation of the power plant of the electric vehicle. So it's a relatively small part of ADI today, but my sense is it will grow to perhaps several percentage points of our revenue over a 10-year period.
Is 5G, from your business perspective, all it's cracked up to be?
Well, I think 5G is in the very early stages of deployment. We've seen an upsurge in 5G over the last year and a half or thereabouts. It's still very much a technology that is targeted at the consumer. What we will see over the next kind of 3 years, mission critical applications like healthcare, like factory automation, are going to see the deployment of 5G technologies in these, what we call deterministic communications applications. So I think it's a big deal. It's very, very early stages. And I believe in 2021, we'll see what has really been a Chinese and Asian deployment of 5G over the last couple of years will move into America, and we'll begin to see the emergence of 5G in earnest in this region here.
Vince, I remember the first time you came on with us earlier this year was when you were announcing the Maxim deal. Any more M&A we can get excited about?
Well, look, we're in the process of, we've gotten the approval of shareholders. The Department of Justice in America has approved our deal. We're now in the throes of getting approval in the EU and China. So the foreseeable future for us is about getting this deal closed and integrating Maxim as fast as we can and making it a very critical part of ADI's future.